In today's Apollo tutorial, we're going to show you how to build the exact sequence that we've implemented for over 175 clients in the past year that's generated a total pipeline value of over $10 million. It's a 7-step sequence across 4 days, and by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to build it yourself. Let's dive in. So here's the sequence. The very first step is sending a connection request on LinkedIn, and then right after, sending an email automatically to that individual. 24 hours later, another email is going to be sent, and then another 24 hours later, you're going to have a task on Apollo to pick up the phone and smile and dial and give that prospect a call. If it goes to voicemail or you haven't got through to that individual, an manual email will be triggered as a task along with a LinkedIn message. And then finally, on day 4, which is step 7, one final email with a Loom video is going to be sent to that prospect. All you need to launch this sequence is your mailbox is connected to Apollo, your LinkedIn account, and the Apollo Chrome extension. Because even though we would love all of our tasks to be automated by AI, there are some manual steps that you need to execute on within this process in order to generate a high conversion. The reason why this sequence always performs incredibly well is because it solves all of the problems most people face when it comes to prospecting campaigns. Your line of messaging is just way too long, the duration of the campaign is stretched out too long, and there isn't enough interaction points. You're either just sending an email or a LinkedIn message. This combines absolutely everything, utilizing Apollo's Chrome extension in the right way to make sure you have a very high conversion. So for the very first step, it's sending that personalized connection request. Apollo does a very good job of integrating with LinkedIn and allowing you to utilize their dynamic variables, which essentially means that you can customize the message to be automatically sent once you've triggered it by the Chrome extension to every single individual that you are prospecting. However, where people go wrong is they just let this blanket message go out to people in their sequence. We do things very differently, which increases the interaction points, which guarantees the individual that you're prospecting is going to see your name appear several times before they actually receive an email from you. You're going to jump over to LinkedIn and click on the Apollo Chrome extension, which you'll always see as a small tab on the right-hand side of your page once you have it installed. And then you want to click the burger bar at the top and navigate over to tasks. This is going to show you all the tasks that you have preset from your sequence. And then you're going to want to click the briefcase to open up the profile of the individual that you've added to your sequence. Utilizing Apollo's buying intent, which is in another video tutorial linked below, we've identified that all the people that we've put into this sequence are currently looking for our products and services. And we've also implemented the ICP persona filters to make sure they're the right job titles, the right locations, and the right company sizes, so they are our ICP, meaning they are the best people for us to prospect and close deals with. Where people go wrong is they just let the Chrome extension send out automatic connection requests generically to absolutely everyone. Where we're gonna actually stand out from the crowd and make a difference is engaging in their content before we send them the LinkedIn connection request. We're then gonna send them a message personalized about the engagement that we just dropped on their post to show them that we've done our research, engaged in their content, and we're really going above and beyond to get that relationship with them. So once you're on their profile, you want to always go to navigate down to their most recent activity. This is where you'll see their content. We can see this post by Valerie details that there's an exciting new chapter within their organization. They've acquired a new company, which is the perfect opportunity for growth. The product or service I want to pitch them on is creating content. They're an AI tool. I've got a large audience of over 5 million people that sees the content that I put out. So inevitably, I want to speak to Valerie as the senior engagement manager of this organization to see if we can put together some kind of collaboration of content to push her tools to my network. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the post for a couple seconds. I'm then going to add a little bit of value. I'm not going to put a generic message in the comments. I'm going to then post that comment and go back to her profile and enable that connection request to be sent. I can just hit send via the Apollo Chrome extension. However, I can customize it as well before it gets sent. Just send it out manually. Once we've engaged in her content and we send her a connection request manually, detailing that we saw her post about the acquisition and would really love to collaborate with her and her team to bring her tools to our audience, we're going to jump back over to the Apollo Chrome extension right over here, click on the arrow to pop open the task list and mark it as complete. By marking it as complete, it's going to let Apollo know that Valerie has completed step 1 within the sequence, and then it will automatically send her the day 1 email, which details the fact that we've just sent the connection request, which is very important that you say this in the email, because it essentially gives her a reason to go to LinkedIn, view your profile, view her notifications, see what you've done, and then come back to the email and see what you're essentially pitching her. So the LinkedIn connection request, you're using the Chrome extension as a tool to access her profile very quickly. You're then going to engage in her content, send her the connection request, and then mark it as complete. And then Apollo will automatically send out that email to her. Very important to note, at any point, if a customer replies to any of your emails, they will automatically be taken out of the sequence, which will mean you will have to manually manage the relationship going forward. 24 hours later, if your prospect hasn't responded to your day 1 email, they will continue the sequence funnel and they will receive that day 2 automatic email, which is the email where you dive into your use cases, your success, and your call to action. But as you can see over here, the call to action isn't, can I send you this, or can you click here to book in the meeting? It's letting them know that you're going to pick up the phone, smile and dial, and you're going to give them a call to schedule a call for next week. That calling task shouldn't be longer than 2 to 3 minutes maximum. If the customer during that call starts asking you questions and you go into pitch mode, cool, do your job, sell to them there and then on the phone if you want to. But this way, you're not catching them off guard. You're just letting them know, hey, I emailed you the other day. I saw you on LinkedIn. I would really love to book a meeting with you and your team to discuss X, Y, and Z. Remember, Apollo isn't just a data platform. It's a full go-to-market suite, meaning you can even make phone calls from the platform. In the description below, we've linked a step-by-step PDF guide on how to utilize and set up Apollo's parallel dialer, which if you're comfortable with prospecting via the phone, we'd highly recommend you include it on your sequence. To access your calling tasks, all you have to do is quickly navigate over to the toolbar on the left-hand side, go and highlight Tools and Automations, click on Tasks, and this way you'll be able to see all the calls that you need to make. If you reached their voicemail and you couldn't get through to them, we've added some additional tasks in here which you can trigger manually. The first one is a manual email to let them know that you tried to call them and asking them if there's a better number or a better day that you can reach them on. And the other one, step 6, is to send them a message automatically via LinkedIn, which will trigger by the Apollo Chrome extension also. Just basically saying, I just sent you an email. This will trigger that individual to go ahead and check their email, and if they are interested, they will reply to you. Now, the very final step in the sequence is going to be a Loom video in an email. I always recommend recording a video because it helps you stand out from the rest of the crowd. You can record one and customize it accordingly with a whole bunch of AI video tools if you have access to them, or just record one and don't say any one particular name, but just really focus on your services and why you can add value to that individual. But hopefully, because of points 1 and 2 in the sequence, you would have already booked in that meeting if you've applied your buying intent, you've hyper qualified them, and they fit your ICP. And that's it. It's that straightforward. Really quick recap before we go ahead and build out a sequence together. Very first step, you identify their profile using the Apollo Chrome extension, engage in their content, send them a connection request, personalized about their content, Step number 2, send them an email automatically with Apollo sequence, letting them know you send them a connection request and briefly touching on what you do. 24 hours later, you're going to dive in a little bit more in terms of how you can add value to them, and definitely take this opportunity to share your case studies and examples of previous work you may have done with competitive or similar clients within the industry. And with the call to action, don't give them a Calendly link. Let them know you're going to pick up the phone and give them a call tomorrow. Always works. The very next day, 24 hours afterwards, you're going to go to Apollo tasks. You're going to work your way through and you're going to smile and dial for an hour or so, calling all of these people, making sure you got your calendar open, and you're going to go ahead and try and book in that meeting where you can pitch them on your products and services. Again, if there's an opportunity, if they pull from you on that call for you to go ahead and sell to them, take the opportunity. If you can't get through to them, if you get through to the voicemail or there is no answer, you can activate the task for the manual email and the message sent via LinkedIn. If obviously you do book in that call, go ahead and just send a calendar invite through Calendly or whatever tool you utilize. And then finally, if you haven't heard from them after the past 3 days, on day 4, you're going to send them an email with a Loom video diving in on a little bit more information, showing the proof of the work that you've done and how you can add value to them. If they don't get back to you by that point, take them out your pipeline. As the saying goes, there's plenty more fish in the sea. Apollo has evergreen data. It will constantly show you new leads that will be populated into your sequences. So you're not going to need to keep pestering that one lead. You can move on, and that's okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and really quickly, in a couple of minutes, build out a sequence using this model together so you know exactly how to build it yourself. To access your sequences, on the toolbar on the left-hand side, underneath Engage with the paper aeroplane, click on Sequences. This will take you to the sequencing platform where you can manage and track all of your sequences and create a new one. So on the right-hand side, we're going to click the yellow Create Sequence button. For this task, we're going to go ahead and create an email from scratch, but you can utilize the 25 Apollo created templates, or you can use AI to create a sequence for you. I'd always recommend learning how to do it from scratch before you utilize any templates or any AI to do it for you. Create a name for your sequence, select the business hours that you want the emails to be sent out. If you do want to change the email schedule, just click this here button, and once you're ready, hit create. On day 1, the very first step in your sequence is going to be that LinkedIn connection request. So click this yellow add a step button, and then in the LinkedIn task segment, click LinkedIn send connection request. You want to send this immediately after the contact has been added to the sequence. You can assign the priority as high so you get a notification. If you did want to put your template here and do it in the way that I did, so editing your template before you go to send it, add the note over there. If not, just hit continue, and then what you can do is, utilizing the dynamic variables provided to you by Apollo, you'll be able to customize a connection request to every single individual and automatically send it out using the Apollo Chrome extension. Once you're ready, you can go ahead and click Save Changes. To make sure any customized messaging does get sent out, you have to make sure you've activated each step by clicking the toggle right here. On the very same day, we're also going to send out an automatic email, which is going to be triggered after the LinkedIn connection request has been sent, or after you've marked the task as complete on the Apollo Chrome tool. So go ahead and click Add a Step and click Automatic Email. You want to send this immediately after the previous step and then hit continue. I always recommend for the subject line to include 2 to 3 words as a hint about what you want to discuss, and include your name in there as well. And then you can go ahead and utilize the dynamic variables and write your text right over here. When you're ready and you've previewed it on the right hand side, hit save. The next step is going to be your automatic email that's sent 24 hours afterwards. So hit Add a Step, Automatic Email, change 3 days after the previous step to 1 day after the previous step, and hit Continue. To cascade all of your emails into one thread and make sure that you're not spamming their inbox, make sure you select reply to previous thread to keep all the emails cascaded together under one thread. Write in your text, utilize the dynamic variables, and hit save. The fourth step in the sequence is going to be your phone call task. So click add a step, phone call, and then change this to 1 day after, because it's going to be 24 hours after the second email. Click high priority. If you want to just give yourself a helping hand and write your script, feel free to do so, and then hit continue. The fifth step in the sequence is going to be your backup manual emails should your call not go through to them. So you want to click add a step, manual email, immediately after the previous step. Once you've marked that as complete, on the tasks menu, high priority, write down the email template either here or on the next page if you want to automatically send it out. It does create a draft for you to review, and you can send it whenever you're ready. The third and final task of day 3, task 6, is going to be your sent message via LinkedIn. This will only work if they have accepted your connection request, so do keep that in mind. Click add a step, LinkedIn send message immediately after the previous step, high priority, add your template here. Or if you do want to use the Apollo Chrome tool to send it out automatically, you can just put it over there, but do be careful with that. Save changes, and let's get ready for the final step, which is going to be your day 4 automatic email, where you're going to include your Loom video. So click add a step, automatic email, send 1 day after the previous step, continue, reply to the previous thread and write your text over here, and then hit save. Before you launch, you have to make sure that you've added your contacts. So you can see the yellow toolbar over here, add contacts, upload the CSV or select a list. We've created a list for this exercise, so you can go ahead and choose a list that you want. If you do have more than one mailbox, you can rotate your mailboxes and you can add your contacts just like that. Once you're ready to launch a sequence, just hit the launch button with the rocket and your sequence will take off. Then you will have to make your way over to LinkedIn and begin the engagement protocol. And that's it, just like that. You've created your sequence. To help you even further, we've put some resources in the description below, so feel free to utilize those. And we would love to hear what kind of sequences you've built. So feel free to go ahead and utilize this video, build your sequences, and come back and drop your experience in the comments below. And if you have any questions, you can also put that in the comments below. And finally, if you do want more video tutorials on how to use Apollo, the #1 go-to-market solution in 2026 and beyond, subscribe for more videos from the Apollo team. See you soon. Bye.